right now. So you should be able to watch me from there, and we can still chat in the parties. The thing about me, if you have your setting in the party settings to say it says allow voice to be shared. If you have that setting on, then your voice in this broadcast will show up. I'm telling you. And you could broadcast with the click of about 3 or 4 buttons. There's a share button there. Okay, this is what you should do. Mute your TV right now, because we're in the party chat, and there's going to be that delay. It's about 15 seconds, I think. It's going to be really awkward. Yes, yes, yes. Really awkward, as aforementioned. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go in the creator, and it's okay. So there is a little delay, so I'm gonna talk about doing something, and then wait about 10 seconds or so. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into create a race. I'm not gonna actually make a race, obviously. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I will be teleporting to the airport. No, I haven't, man. I'm just kind of I'm always like I want to help out my friends and crew members kind of guy, So I've done this a couple times, you know what I mean. So I trying to be more efficient about it this time. Oh wow, damn. Should have bought the disc, bro. It would take an hour to download instead of fucking 27 hours. Jesus. Oh, he's talking about shit. He's talking about he downloaded. He's a really good racer. Very new at creating. Definitely getting better through feedback and stuff like that. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here, I'll wait about 15 seconds to commence, is I'm going to show you just, okay, I'll show you first tip right here. Okay, so your rotation type is set at world heading by default. Okay, so if I were to set this blue control, okay, so you see how when I set it, without changing it, the prop drops. It's pretty stupid. So, when you go in and you switch the rotation type, doesn't matter if you switch it to pitch, to the right, or to the left of yaw, it will drop it down true height. So when I back out, you'll see it's high up. Boom, switch that, and it's the true height. So you always want to do that when you're placing shit. That way you just always get the, the same height, and it's the true distance or true height of it when you're placing it. Okay, so let me show you my most beloved technique to basically I'm going to make some curbing right now, or some rumble strips. Okay, so this is my favorite technique. There are a bunch of different techniques you can use. Essentially what you're going to do is you're going to make tire stacks. You're going to roll them on their side. Now watch this. Really simple. I mean, it makes it just so quick and easy. Now I'm not going to... Yeah, so I'm going to show you just a portion of this wall. Now, of course, I'm trying to hurry up and do this quick. I'm not trying to take up too much of your day with all these tips and tricks and stuff. So I'm just going to kind of quickly, for the purpose of this video, just put it together. This isn't going to be perfect or nowhere near the level of excellence to which I strive for in every creation. So this will be a very rough draft, if you will. Okay, that one's probably the worst one yet. You'll see it in about 10 seconds here. Okay, so I think, I haven't counted them, but I think that's pretty even. Yeah, okay. So now what you do, once you kind of have, now say this is the corner I'm going to contour. You'll see it here in about 10 seconds. Um, say I was going to contour this. Now, if we were to switch to a car, and we try to hit this, it may have went over at that one time, but you see, mostly it's not gonna work like this. It's too high up. Okay, so there's a very quick and easy way utilizing templates that we can make this lower. Now you're gonna use this technique a lot, so try to pay attention. So when you want to sink something in the ground, I use this. So remember, change the rotation type to let it drop. Always select allow prop stacking. What you want to do is you want to go in the middle of this line, lift it up about a foot or two, place it, then go into prop templates, create a new one. Always select that first, and then select something underneath, because sometimes the cement bag palette will be too high, and when you try to select that and select the next prop in the template, it will say this prop cannot be selected, it's too far away from the other prop in the template. Okay. Well, I mean, just try to watch what I'm doing, and just try. I would say try to follow that way, because if the voice isn't working, oh well. So look, I've selected this, save it, and what I do is you go back. Here's the template menu. Now you can see it's exactly what we just had there, right? So when you're in the prop template menu and you have a template selected, like I do, you back out to the prop menu. It automatically selects that. Make sure you always want to drop this world heading and pitch so you get that true distance, right? Oh yeah, we want to delete all these too, obviously. Those were just made for the template, so those aren't going to work sitting there. Go back into props, make sure you drop it to the true height, and now you'll see here in about 10 seconds that you can very easily and flawlessly make rumble strips that look beautiful. Of course, after you place it, you want to delete that fucking concrete cement bag palette. And now, as you can see, we have absolutely perfect, functional rumble strips. Now, you can pull it up a little higher than this. This is kind of the lowest example. But you see, it works. It looks professional. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, though. There are other things. Well, I mean, yeah. For that one, it was what, about 20 props or so. That's a big example, though. Honestly, yeah. But there's, you can also rumble strips. You can also do it this way. Um, you can also do it like this. This isn't really as ideal. It's not going to look as nice, but what you can do is you basically just kind of roughly set it here, and you would follow the same technique. You would just put that construction bag pallet there, or cement bag pallet. Exactly. So yeah, this way, I mean, a lot of people do it this way. There, if you go to signs, there are these runway lights. You could do it with that. A level on the backside, it does stick up a lot, so that could be problematic. I mean, you could do something like, well, yeah, it's really always going to kind of be in the way. But you can use these to block off poles on the street. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I actually I made some rumble strips on one of my tracks with the fucking, they're like sand block kind of looking things, but there's a triple one, and I see it's not too shabby. It's not the best, but yeah, if you look at barriers here, um, I suppose you could even make them with these. Honestly, I never tried it before, but you could probably do something with these where you pitch it over, because this, when you hit it, yeah, you could do those. They are a lot smaller because they don't have the large. Yeah, yeah, that would work. See, look, we can just turn the arrows here, drop it, pitch it over, maybe at like a little slight angle there. Yeah, these. I guess we'll see, huh? Yeah, it'll probably make like a rubber. I'm just gonna do three of them real quick because I've never tried this technique out, but that seems like a pretty good idea. These might actually be some of the best rumble strip devices, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this that one's a little rough. There we go. Okay, that should work. It's like above the ground, so I didn't. I guess I forgot to drop it, but that should work. Yeah, as long as they're on the same level. That's another thing I can show you. If you're building in the air tracks, because you can do legitimate like fucking circuits, man, up in the sky, like no joke. I actually have one, but I do want to show you. I think I'll probably show you that one. It's not perfect, man. It was the first time I ever did something in the sky. It took so much fucking time, just an outrageous amount of time. I never spent that much time on a creation ever. I don't like to, honestly. Yeah, 100 barges, exactly. So you see here, we just gotta lift it up. It's obviously not perfect. I fucked with the yaw or something. That's why they all kind of look a little crooked. But this, yeah, that's a good idea, man. Good suggestion. Nice. Okay, so let me show you some quick stuff real quick. Um, so if you're gonna do some banked corners, let's just use this as a good example. We'll use this one. Okay, so it's in buoys and platforms. It's all the way on the far side called floating platform here. Okay, so I like the airport because it has nice straight lines where you can line shit up, make it perfect. And not only that, it's a flat level surface. So what I do with these is I like to go from this angle. Or no, this angle. This is right. Switch it to drop it. Make sure you allow prop stacking. Now you switch it to roll. Roll it over. Now you're going to have to look at the bottom. That looks fairly level right there. You can't really get too zoomed in because of the weird fucking camera. I wish we could set a prop or put a prop somewhere. You see it's not perfectly even. That's perfect right there. Okay, so let's say you wanted to make a long. Well, I want a directional pad. Yeah, I want a directional pad adjustment, honestly. I want to be able to click it a couple times, and if I'm contouring a corner, to click each, adjust each one exactly the same amount to like curve it perfectly, you know what I mean? And that would be helpful in all kinds of crazy shit. So, say, yeah, how because that's yeah, it's level exactly. It's on the ground. So whenever you no, whenever you have it like that, it will stay. Here's a trick that you probably don't know. Allow prop stacking. hold on. See, allow prop stacking. You want to click this off. You go into rotation type. Now watch. See, when I go over that, it disappears. So this is a trick. Now say if you made it at a certain angle, say you're doing a corner, a banked corner, whatever. You made it at a certain angle, and you want to get that exact angle, which right here would be flat and level perfectly. What you do, make sure prop stacking is off. Pick up the object, switch to pitch, press circle, back out, pick it up again, press circle to back out. Now, you'll see I have the exact level, exact same prop, ready to rock and roll. So it's these little tiny tips and tricks that are really going to help you save a shit ton of time, because it was stuff that I just learned and really felt dumb for not knowing in the first place, because it makes it just so much simpler. So yeah, I'll just connect this. Okay, you prop stacking off, go to rotation type, click to basically get the same prop at the same angle so you can continue it out instead of trying to guess it or get it back to perfect again. Yeah, so prop stacking off, go into rotation type, hover over it, select it, switch to pitch, back out, select it again, back out, and then you move away and you'll see perfect. Now you see these are absolutely perfect, right? Like there is literally no gap or no bump. We'll go down here and we'll look at the tires the entire way, and you'll see no, yeah, it's virtually perfect. That's as perfect as you're ever gonna get it right there. I promise you. Promise you that, man. So when you go into prop templates, you can make this all a template. You do have a 30 prop limit for every template that you make. And unfortunately, the prop templates are not universal. You only get 10 of them, and they only save to whatever race that you made it in. Yes, but those templates stay in the race that you made it in. Okay, so I saved the template. I back out. So remember that tip. When you're in prop template, oh my god. Okay. So hold on, let me just message him and tell him. Pause and unpause. Okay. So, remember when you're in the template menu, you have one selected, and then you back out. It automatically has it selected for you. Okay? So, let's just say, for example, I have a race over here in the Vespucci area, where it, this canal area, it bridges the entire thing. Okay, so are you with me still? Okay. So, say I was going to make this into the ground and make it absolutely perfect. Of course, you're going to have to do the construction bag, cement bag pallet technique. So here's the problem with these long prop templates like this. You can only see so far away, okay? So that's the problem. You don't have an independent camera mode where you can leave the prop there and move the camera and make sure it's perfect and then press another button to go right back to where the camera's supposed to be. You know, you can't do any of that. So that's the big problem with big templates like this. So if you're going to make long stretches like this, it might be better just to do, 4 pieces at a time or 3, whatever, that you can actually see. You know what I mean? And then go ahead and set those. So I'm going to set this here. It's not absolutely perfect. Oh yeah, another thing about these floating platforms to remember is the very end of them looks like it's invisible, but it's not. So this little tab on the bottom that looks invisible where the wood, there's little wood tabs on the end hanging out. It's not invisible. You can drive right over it. So you'll see right here when I select, or when I go to the vehicle, it's actually the platform itself. So this obviously isn't a perfect perfect bridge. No, definitely not. Not at all. Okay. Okay, so last tip before I go show you about banking real quick. Banking is super simple, dude. I've done a lot of fucking work with banking, and I've definitely found the right ways to do it, man. It was difficult. Okay, so this whole prop template is long, it's bullshit, it's in the way. So I'm gonna hover over this for about 10 seconds so you can see it. When I'm hovered over any piece of the template, you'll see at the bottom in the controls it says delete template triangle. So remember that tip, because if you have some shit you accidentally set in the ground or something like that, and there's one prop that's still sticking out of the ground, or something that you can hover over, you will be able to delete the whole thing. Okay. Exactly. So like I showed you earlier, you can pick up a prop and basically duplicate it, same angle, same level, all that. You make sure prop stacking is off, go into rotation type, select it, over to pitch, back out, select it, back out, move away, and it's the perfect identical prop, okay? So since I have that angle already, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to roll it, or pitch it actually. Yeah. Not roll. We already got roll perfect. So you could do it right here, and that's technically going into the ground. The top side is technically a surface too. I'm kind of weird about it, so I like to do it like this. Okay, so as soon as you see this fucking thing, stupid message off here. Okay, so from here, once you get the perfect angle, okay. Once you, Okay, now once you get the perfect angle, you're only going to mess with the world heading. You're not going to mess with anything else because, hey, you already got that perfect angle, and if you're doing a bank corner, you have to stay at that angle. So world heading, I'm going to place that. What I like to do is, how much ever I rotate one of them, I'll like hold the button for a solid second or 2 seconds. Now what you have to remember is that top side is a racing surface as well. So if I was to leave it like this, which you'll see here in just a second, there's that gap up there. That gap will cause a fucking tire or someone to fuck up. So you have to move it over to where those two sections are basically overlapping. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead and tap it 2 seconds again. Go to the next one. Now this is a very, very rough, quick example. This is nowhere near, the level of perfectionism that I aim for in my actual creations. Okay, so yeah, but it's super simple because you look when you go to put a piece of banking. Well, I kind of stick with my method, and that's the second method or whatever. You basically just Yeah, but as you can see, this is like a stadium style banking. And look, I made it that quickly, but look, you cannot see a single seam, and it is absolutely the smoothest you could ever get it. I mean, you could hit this at completely high speeds and just have. Now, there's no entrance to it, so I would have to enter on like the inside here, which is a little awkward. Ideally, what I do is bring them out as like a wing, coming out left and right, so that it's a smooth transition onto it. Obviously, there's no transition here, but you see, as I said, this top side is a racing surface. It stops like right about there. See? So yeah. So the bottom side is just the same. So how I did it, you're kind of sacrificing a little bit of room here. But that's just a very simple, basic way to do it. You could set that in a template, make it, for other corners or whatever. If you wanted to make more of a high speed kind of banking, so like right here, remember, prop stacking off, rotation type, select, go to pitch, back out, select, back out, boom, there it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use pitch. I'm going to make it go a little steeper. So something like this. And then I just go to rolled heading from there. And I basically just use the same method I just used to rotate the other ones. What's that? Oh. No, the straights are actually sunken into the ground. Yes, because I did not like. Well, see, here's the problem with this one. You see how it told me there's too many props in the immediate area? So that transition is fairly smooth, but you would have to basically set these two in a template to really do this right. Create a new one, set these two props in the beginning here as a template, save that, go out, select it. Whoop. Okay. So this would be a way to where you can have like the whole bank piece already made. And what you want to do is you always want to start in the middle as well. When you're doing a bank corner, always want to start in the middle. No, this one it really doesn't matter. Yeah, this one you always. Well, no, there's some ovals that do have flat straightaways and then bank. Oh no, it's very simple to make that because all you have to do is just keep it banked all the way around. So this is just one method, honestly. There's another method where you can basically set it at a 45-degree angle, and then you do a small transition piece towards the bottom. But I'm just gonna exit out of this real quick, and I'll load my Bristol Raceway Park, that 1,000 plays one that I got. I need more fucking props, honestly. It took so many to sink in the straight sections. Um, It's not, because I wanted to put walls all the way around, but as you'll see, it took a lot of fucking props because the straightaways, they took like, I think it was 44 pieces just to sink in the straightaways because I had to do them wide, not long, because the track is kind of wide there. So this is the 1000 plays track to which I spoke of, and I'll just show you. So you see, it's a very gradual angle. It's not the highest of speed angle, but look, you see the transition is pretty fucking smooth. It's not too choppy. So yeah. Well, it's a yeah. If I had if I had three more, or actually four, because you count these 1, 2, 3, 4. If I had four more props, well, it'd be it'd be 16 more props is what I would need. Because what I could do is, like right here, I could split the difference from this angle to this angle, and then just fill it in right here. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that was the only way I seen fit how to do it, and honestly, I couldn't even get that filler piece in the middle. But yeah, I just basically make it come out like a boomerang, and I try to wall in at least the first part. You do have the tanks up here. I always run this one on contact, man. Always. Last night, this is a track. Yeah, I leave slipstream, not catch up. I'll leave slipstream on, no catch up, and it's usually a fun race, man. Unless you get randoms in there driving backwards and you running on GTA and you got the fuckers trying to get out of their car and kill everyone, just jackasses in general. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'm gonna turn this broadcast. Yeah, no problem. And dude, just like I said, man, with the rumble strip technique, you can use the tire lines turned on their side. You can use the sand block barriers sunken in kind of at a slight angle. You can use the runway cabins. You can use the airport fucking lights. So many things. The candy cane barriers on poles. If you like to block poles off, put a red and white striped barrier turned up, it's a lot better. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, the tire stacks aren't ideal. Yeah, the graphics are just incredible. I don't know if you're seeing this right now, but I killed this guy, and just look, you can see blood coming out of his nose. I mean, the blood and the detail on this. Yeah, but like I said, dude, when you got fucking first person, it is just like a totally different game, man. And there's another thing. I forget. There it is. Yeah. So whatever explosive you have selected, let's just go with a Molotov. When you have your gun out, okay, and you press, just say you're aiming, or not even aiming, you press left. Yeah, it's aiming. So when you're aiming in first person, you press left on the D-pad, and it automatically throws whatever explosive you have selected. First person? Well, just think about it. I know, but just think about it now. You have all these different options with the creator. I mean, there's so many things you can do. So why not try to make a... Yeah, but you have to admit with this first person, man, it's... For me, it makes death matches a lot better. That view... Oh, yeah. Really? Yeah, but here's the thing. There's also this other option. You go into settings, go into camera, and then you go down, and it'll say first person vehicle hood. So if you set this, you're actually on the hood. Yeah, this makes it a little difficult. I mean, I think driving in first person is pretty fun as well. Um, but there's this one in here. It says first person head bobbing. If you ever use first person for anything, you want that head bobbing off, because what that does, if you go over a ramp or off a mountain or something, your head goes down like naturally with gravity, but you can't see what's going on. So when you set head bobbing off, basically your head will stay straight. But yeah, what's up, man? You want to go try that oval track out? It's like 18-second laps in a supercar. Okay, I appreciate